Cannabis and hallucinogen use among adults remained at historic highs in 2023. Big celebration. Vaping among younger adults and binge drinking among midlife adults also maintained historically high levels. A little troubling. Last year, use of cannabis and hallucinogens stayed at historically high levels in 2023 among adults ages 19 to 30 and 35 to 50, according to the latest findings from the Monitoring the Future survey. In contrast, last year, use of cigarettes remained at historically low levels in both adult groups. Last month, and daily alcohol use continued a decade-long decline among those 19 to 30. However, binge drinking has reached highs among 35 to 50-year-olds. Probably a lot of people stressed about their families and inflation and the state of the world, would be my guess. Prevalence, the Monitoring the Future study is conducted by scientists at the University of Michigan's Institute for Social Research, Ann Arbor, and is funded by the National Institutes of Health. Reports of vaping, nicotine, or vaping cannabis in the past year among adults 19 to 30 rose over 5 years. Both trends remained at record highs in 2023. Among adults 35 to 50, the prevalence of nicotine and cannabis vaping stayed steady, and long-term trends are not yet observable in this. For the first time in 2023, 19 to 30-year-old female respondents reported a higher prevalence of past-year cannabis use than male respondents in the age group, reflecting a reversal of the gap between the sexes. Conversely, male respondents 35 to 50 years old maintained a higher prevalence of past-year cannabis use than female respondents of the same age group. We've seen that people at different stages of adulthood are trending towards the use of drugs like cannabis and psychedelics and away from tobacco cigarettes. Nora Volkow, MD, director of the NIH's National Institute on Drug Abuse, or NIDA. These findings underscore the urgent need for rigorous research on the risks and benefits of cannabis and hallucinogens, especially as new products continue to emerge. Monitoring the Future study has been around since 1975. There's over 20,000 people per year and is doing these large time frame longitudinal studies, all of this type of drug use nation. It goes way deep into stuff. A quick highlight is the type of hallucinogens reported mainly used would be LSD, mescaline, peyote, shrooms, or PCP. Stay away from the PCP, you guys. Alcohol remains the most used substance reported among adults in the study. Last year, alcohol use among adults 19 to 30 has showed a slight upward trend over the past 5 years, with 84% reporting use. However, past month drinking, daily drinking, and binge drinking have remained at steady levels in 2023. All of those numbers have decreased from 10 years ago, so that's a pretty good trend. Last month drinking and binge drinking significantly from the year before for the age group 19 to 30. So it looks like kids today are getting it together, doing better drugs, and having better times. I'm going to cut it off at there. It's a wealth of statistics. I really suggest checking this story out yourself online in your own time. And take it away, doctors and fellow hosts and correspondents. I'd love to hear what you all have to say. This is Germain on a Friday for the High at 9 News.
Dr. T, you want to kick it off? Dr. Mark?
I love the study. I'm wondering what why they lump together, or whether they lump together cannabis vape and tobacco vape.
I think that's kind of a disingenuous cluster. They're totally different things.
Blunts, Matthew.
I know I smoke blunts too, but that could be a separate category. Has anybody ever made a nicotine weed vape? Or did I just invent the new super product just now on High at 9 News?
No, they tried to make it. It was called Stacks. Yeah, they were
someone has it?
Yeah, they were called Stacks. There was a company in Arizona that tried to do that shit. I think like 3 years ago, and they actually you could stack like the nicotine vape juice on top of the cannabis. It's like an electronic spliff.
So those guys were interesting. So like they were a hardware manufacturer, so you'd have to make that yourself. You'd have to go to your little store, get your little juice or whatever. Those guys I actually will tell you more about later, Rico. But
I can't wait.
Yeah, I know everybody's business. Yes, they're super in here. But if you were to try to make a regulated cannabis and nicotine product, you would get shut down very quickly because
you can't because it's Schedule 1.
Not combine the two.
Yep. Yeah. The biggest trend that I see that's amazing is lower alcohol use and lower cigarette smoking among everybody except the 35 to 50-year-olds. And 35 to 50-year-olds, youngsters, as I should say, since I'm out of that age group, get it together.
Dude, like ever since they started banning those flavor vapes and everything, the Chinese just flooded the market, man. Like all these disposables. Remember when they were all up in arms about the jewels and how they were marketed at the kids, and now you have like nothing but these disposables that are killing the environment, and they have no idea what's in them, right? Like so, I don't know, man.
A lot of aluminum.
It's whack-a-mole, left and right. Shout out to Jason's homeboy. What's his name? Duncan. What was his name? The dude that got the dude got popped. The pro-Trump California assemblyman who got caught.
He wasn't an assemblyman. He was a congressman. That's my guy. You talking about Duncan Hunter?
Yeah, Duncan Hunter, the vape god.
Yeah,
vape god.
He did love some vape. He did love some vape. That is for sure. Dr. Mark, you have any thoughts on this?
Oh man, well, I let my thoughts known on nicotine and tobacco last week. I probably shouldn't go there again, right?
No, I like that, Dr. Mark. Yeah, bring us over. We got 3 minutes and two of them.
Support your perspective, Dr. Mark. Go hard. Mark the paint.
I mean,
Mark.
Yeah, I mean, humans just love putting stuff in their mouth, right?
Oh, those
resemble that remark.
Those oral fixations, Dr. Mark.
That's right. So, whether you use cigarettes or whether you use cannabis to do that, or I guess whether you use some sugared up lollipop, right? I mean, in fact, isn't
low pop, you mean?
Sugar more deadly than nicotine, Dr. T? When you say you probably
no lollipops.
Well, no, I'm just talking about diabetes and just obesity. Cancer. I was going to say before on Dr. T's obesity story, I get high and I forget I'm hungry.
Bro, there was a time in my life, Dr. Mark, when I was so broke, we had tons of weed and we straight did that. You know what, man, I'm so hungry. All right, just take another bong hit. That'll keep the hunger away for like a half an hour. Bong hits.
You get so high you forget you're hungry.
I love it.